I bought every single new Apple Watch band today. I'm going to show you what they're like with the new Ultra 3 as well as the Series 11 and the SE3, if they fit, how they look, what the overall experience is like. We've got all of the brand new colors, including some of the older ones like the titanium Milanese, which I really like. I bought these so you don't have to. I did do a video where I tested the colors from last year, so if you want to see some of the other variations, go watch that video. I'll have that linked at the end of this video. If you do plan to buy any of these, I'll have Amazon links down below. Some of them might support the channel. Now, from a high categorical standpoint, what are the different variations? So over here, we have 3 of the new Alpine loops. We have 2 of the trail loops, as well as the trail loop that's on my wrist. 2 new ocean bands, and then the previous titanium Milanese loops. I really like these. I just felt like I just want to include them because these bands are extremely light and they just look nice. And then there's another factor you have to think about is not just the color of the band, but also which band is this for? So if I have 2 Alpine loops right here, they look slightly different. One is for black and one is for silver. You can see even the hooks on the inside are 2 different colors. You want to make sure to get the one that matches your watch, and maybe you don't care. So for example, I have 2 Ultras right here side by side. Their colors are different. The ocean bands look almost exactly the same, except the hooks right here are different colors. So I think ideally you'd want the ones to match your watch. If you want to look cool and have different ones, you can do that too, but that's something to keep in mind. What's nice with the ocean bands is they don't really have a color at the end, whereas the Alpine and the trail loops and the titanium Milanese loops do have a color on the edge, but they're slightly different. So that way it fits and looks flush with your Apple Watch and doesn't stand out. But hey, maybe they don't have your variation in the color and you just end up getting one that's slightly different. So my wrist is about 180 millimeters, so I ended up purchasing large in all of these variations. So that's what you'll see in this video today. So now I'm going to go through all the watches, tell you the names, the colors, and the finishes that I have that we'll be showing off today. Now our 3 Alpine loop variations: black in the titanium Alpine loop large with black titanium edges, terracotta black in the black titanium edges, light blue in natural titanium large, trail loop in bright blue black titanium, green trail loop in black titanium, ocean band neon green black titanium finish, ocean band anchor blue black titanium finish, black titanium Milanese loop, the all new midnight black Nike sport loop, trail loop black charcoal, black titanium finish, large. Now, a big factor people think about is the weight. Some of these watch bands can weigh a lot more than others. I'm going to go through the weights of every single watch band style. Alpine loop weighs 13 grams. Trail loop weighs 9.8 grams. Ocean band weighs 34.4 grams. That's a heavy one. Natural titanium Milanese loop is 36 grams, slightly more than the ocean. The new Nike Sport weighs 10 grams. Well, how much does the Ultra 3 weigh itself? 61 grams. So you're almost adding 1/3 of the weight with an ocean or Milanese band, whereas it's like a slight weight add with the Alpine and the trail loop. And how does the Ultra weigh in comparison to its sibling, the Series 11? So 61 grams versus 36 grams on the Series 11 46 millimeter. And the SE3 at 44 millimeters gets us 33 grams. So the Ultra 3 is almost twice the weight of the younger siblings. Now we'll go through and show you how each one looks and my general thoughts on which one is my personal favorite band. This is the black Alpine loop on the black titanium finish, Ultra 3. I'm not in love with the Alpine loops just because of this hook here, especially when I'm typing on a computer. It tends to hit the computer and scratch the device, especially if the hooks at the bottom. I think this one might actually hook a little bit higher just based on the size, so it's less likely to hit something. It still might on this corner. If I'm typing and my wrist is down, it's going to hit. But this one looks clean. I love the black on black. Like, you have no idea that this is a Alpine loop. In terms of heart rate tracking, anything that has markers in between the holes is going to potentially decrease your heart rate tracking accuracy, as well as the amount of data you're going to get, because if you are in between these 2 holes, in terms of tightness, you're not going to get the best fit. So that's why the trail loop I think is best in terms of getting the maximum heart rate accuracy. It's the lightest and has the most amount of points of making sure you tighten it properly. This one you do have to learn in terms of unhooking it. You take it off this way and then maybe you want to hook it in. So there's a little bit of a learning curve, but it is very easy to put in and out. These bands are nice, they're clean, and this is a decent watch, but I don't love this format and this style, so I don't wear this band as much. This is the terracotta in black titanium finish. Wow, there's something about this color that just pops. I don't know, maybe it fits my skin color or something, but the black with this terracotta, you can see all the ridges in the band. Let's go ahead and put this bad boy on. I don't know, if I were to pick a color in this color, this seems to be my favorite. Let's slide that in. Boom. It's just something about it. Oh, it's a little loose. We're gonna unloosen it. You wanna pull it all the way on this back end and then hook it in. So this one still with this size, if I put my wrist down, but I think this band just pops more in comparison. I like this terracotta color. It's close to my skin color, and the black titanium finish creates contrast, and all the buckles match the color. It looks so clean. You can't really tell the edges of where the band and the watch meet. I would sport this one probably out of all the Alpine loops. This would be my favorite. Now this is the light blue. Now this is what you're not supposed to do, which is the natural titanium finish on the black titanium. You can see how the color does not match. It pops a little bit more. Maybe you want to do this as a stylistic way, but this is what you do not want to do. This is what the light blue looks with the natural titanium on a black titanium watch. What you should be doing is using the natural titanium finish on the natural titanium watch like this. Now it looks much cleaner. I personally fell in love with the black titanium watches, so I just prefer to stick to those. But we do have this style as well, if that's something you like. The silver still looks clean, and this is what it would look like in the light blue. I kind of like this. I'm not used to having that natural titanium on my wrist right now, so it definitely looks unique, but I do like this color. This is a good color. You know, if I don't want something discreet, but I still want something with color but subtle, this would be the way to go. Now onto the trail loops. Let's be a little naughty. Put the black titanium finish on the natural titanium watch so you can see what that also looks like. The black is just going to pop out more off of that natural titanium color. But this is the bright blue band. I'll put it on the black titanium in just a second. But this is what it looks like when you put the wrong color on the wrong watch. You know, could be stylistic, like I said. Bright blue trail loop, large, with the black titanium finish. We'll put this on my wrist here. I like the trail loops because they're extremely light. They do get wet and it might take a second to dry, but they do dry really quickly. Whereas the titanium Milanese loop, it dries much faster. But this one is the lightest. It is the best, I would say, for heart rate tracking, and it still looks clean. And the new ones have this reflective band on the edges. So if you're running and there's lights, or if you're anything outdoorsy, those bands are going to be more reflective so people can spot you. This is the neon green trail loop on the Apple Watch Ultra 3 black titanium. I like this one. I'm not a big green guy, so I'm probably not going to wear this, but it fits well, I would argue. Like, it looks clean, it looks nice. You've got that reflective edges right there. It's a cool color. If you like green, this is the way to go. There's also the neon green ocean band. I feel like those are two popular colors that has become more common, the neon green. The black charcoal trail loop. This has become my new current watch band and new current favorite. It's subtle. It still has those little reflective bands, but it's discreet enough where the black titanium kind of just disappears on my wrist. I love that it doesn't pop too much. This one looks cool, looks clean, and I can adjust it. Let's say I'm working out, I can tighten it up. I'm done working out, I want to loosen it. It's easy, it's nice. And then if it does open up, like, it's not going to fall off because you have to actually just pull it off your wrist. And that's kind of one thing I like about the trail loops. They don't fully open, similar to the ocean bands. I've been a big ocean band, a trail loop band, and a titanium Milanese loop band lover. But if I want something discreet, super lightweight, I think this is the way to go. So if you have some of the older trail loops, so on the left here, I have the older trail loop. On the right side, I have the new trail loop. You can see how the different in variation, we've got those a little bit brighter reflective coating on the edges here, whereas the old version does not have that. The Velcro is also slightly a different color. You can see the old model has more color, whereas the new one is just all black. This is the new neon green ocean band, and it is neon green. It pops. If you want something that pops, I think this is the way to go. You slide it on, you hook it in. This is one of the ocean bands, like if it does open up, there's a double hook on the other side. And this is where it's important to get the either natural or black titanium like this one to match your watch band. But the edges right here pop more than the other ones because you're not going to have titanium on the hook insertions that go to the watch. Like I said, I'm not in love with green. I'm a big ocean band lover and I love the white. I've worn the blue, not a big love of the blue, but the white, like that one pops. I like that a lot. I'll wear the black to be more discreet, but this green is cool too. Green just has never been my favorite color. It's one of my least favorite colors in my opinion, sadly. But this does look cool. If you love neon green, I think this is one watch to wear. Now on the website, there are only two new colors, is the neon green and this new blue ocean band. The black is still available. That is a color from last year, which I still have. This anchor blue actually looks cool. I like it. It's still subtle. Like, it's not gonna pop like the neon green color, but it works. I wouldn't say I'm in love with this one either, but maybe this is a color that you look on the edges. You can see how that blue is gonna be popping off the edges of the black titanium. It still looks clean. I don't know if this is a color I'd pick. I either want to pop a lot or I want full discreetness. I don't really pick a middle ground color. That's just not my style. There's the all new Nike Sport Loop in the black color, midnight black. I love the red. It's got run right here. I would say this is closest to the trail loops in terms of how you open and close it and put it on. So we'll slide our hand in there. Ooh, the little run tab pops up right there. You want to tighten it, loop it back around. We've got the Velcro on the bottom. It says Apple Watch Nike on the bottom. I like that. That looks cool. The Velcro's got a cool design with the red stitching. I like that. And we got this tab for easy pull on and off. We've got the stitching up here. We've got the red over there. I love the black with the red. This feels like very MKBHD. And the black titanium, it looks clean. The finish is very strong. This is probably another watch band that I would use over the trail loops if I want like a slight pop. I like this. They also do have other variations like the Alpine Glow Pink, the Blue Ribbon Nike Blue, and the Veiled Gray Nike, and the Volt Splash as well. But we ran out of budget to purchase all those. If you want to see any kind of bands that I didn't just play in this video, comment down below and I'll make sure to do it in a future video. Now onto the last section, which is the titanium Milanese bands. The most expensive, $199 bands. They are strong, they are sturdy, and I think they are sexy. These are both in large for my wrist, which is a little over 180 millimeters. And let's go ahead and slide the black titanium Milanese loop on the black titanium watch. It just locks in place like this. Gives it a, oh, this is a fancy watch. I think that's what I love about the titanium Milanese loops, but then it's also effective for workouts. So like you can work out with this. It's not the best workout watch in terms of making sure that it stays on tight. Sometimes it can be a little wobbly, but you can do micro millimeter adjustments, which I do like. You have these two hinges right here, which you just pull and it comes out and then it clicks right in place. Oof, you hear that click? It's so satisfying. I did have one. This is a brand new one. I did have one. And one issue I found was actually, I think because this part was probably hitting my laptop or other titanium devices, was that this started to get bent a little bit and it started to hook on my clothes. And then I stopped wearing it. And then like the little plate on the bottom here started to get scratched up a lot as well. I need to find where that watch band is. But if you do have a MacBook and you're working on it and you're wearing this watch at the same time, you are likely to scratch this watch band as well. It's going to show signs of wear and tear, and then potentially, I don't know why, but this thing started to bend on the edges here. So I just stopped wearing that band, but I still love this band. I just want it to last a longer period of time. So this one, you open it up, you slide it in, you'll pull from the top up, and then we can unhook this piece right here to move it. I've had no issues. You know, I got, pretty hairy arms, I would say, with it getting stuck in my hair. So that's good. The holes and the gaps are pretty big where the hair just like slides through. I would say over time, the latches get easier to open and close, and you get better at opening and tightening this with one hand. And it just feels like a more frequent watch. I can wear this to a wedding. I wish I could black out the action button, but other than that, like it looks like a real watch almost. Now, one question you might have is how does it look on the natural titanium version? So these are all built to match their counterparts. And slide that bad boy in there. Ooh, just got this more like silver feel. Like the black is very discreet and subtle, whereas this just feels more premium, I think because of that silver and the pop. Slide that bad boy in, go ahead and wrap it around, lock it in place. And this is the natural titanium Milanese loop. Ooh, that looks clean. Now this is the black titanium versus natural titanium. This is a tough one. I'm curious which one you think looks better. The black titanium is subtle but fancy, but this natural titanium feels more like jewelry, like if it's a standard watch that I would wear to some kind of fashion show, whereas the black one will just kind of disappear and slip away on your wrist so people don't really like look at it as much. I don't know, they both look really nice. This is a tough choice. And then lastly, I do have the Series 11 in a 46mm aluminum case. The all-new SE3 aluminum case, 44mm in jet black. So maybe one thing you're curious about is 44, 46, and the Apple Watch Ultra is 49mm. Does the watch band from the Ultra 3, all those variations fit on the Series 11, 46, and the Series 3, 44? Go ahead and put the titanium Milanese loop on it. What's funny is this band almost costs the same price as this Apple Watch. So that's kind of crazy. But this is the titanium, this is the black titanium Milanese loop on the Apple Watch Series 11. Obviously the colors don't match perfectly, but if you're like, hey, I really want this band and I really want this watch, you can make it work and it does fit. Is it recommended? No, but it does work. Now let's say you have the $199 Apple Watch SE3 and you want to get the $199 black titanium Milanese band to match your new jet black Apple Watch. It does work. It kind of matches color, but not really. If you really look at it here, you can see the jet black and the black titanium do not match. So it's not gonna look perfect. It almost looks blue on the jet black a little bit. But I can even put this on so you can, oh, careful there. You don't want to scratch the screen. But I can put this on so you can see how it looks. Like, does it work? Yes, it works. Is it recommended? No. But this is the SE3 with the black titanium watch band. So all the watch bands that fit the 49mm Ultra 3, 2, and 1 will also fit the 44mm SE3 and the 46mm Series 11. Will they color match? Most likely no, but if you're like, hey, I really want this watch band in style, know that if you're buying the larger variations of the SE3 and the Series 11, they will match the band. And if you buy the smaller variations of the SE3 and the Series 11, you will have to purchase a different watch band size. And they will fit, but they will actually pop out more. So the left here is the SE 44mm, the right is the SE2 in a 40mm. And you can see the drastic difference in the watch sizes. But if I try to add a 49mm watch band from the Ultra 3 into the SE2, which is 40mm, this 9mm difference, they are not going to fit. You can just see. So make sure you're buying the right size, like it's gonna poke out of the edges. So if you're buying the smaller variations, make sure you buy the right watch band size for those. If you have family or friends who are gonna give you watch bands, just make sure that they're matching, because that is not going to match. And the colors will most likely not match, but sometimes that's okay too. I think for now, my watch band of choice is going to be the black trail loop. It is clean, it's light, and it works. It doesn't hit against things. It's easy to take on and put off, and it's great for workouts and heart rate tracking. But I am gonna make a video testing all the Hermes, the luxury bands. So maybe for some temporary time, I will switch from the trail loop to an Hermes band, and then maybe back to the black titanium. Subscribe, turn on notifications, follow me on all the socials like Instagram, X, @ShervinShares. Comment below what you want to see in future videos when it comes to Apple Watch band testing. We'll see you in the next one. Let me know which one you buy. Peace.